the growth of your auto repair shop is sustainable and consistent. Now, once a month in our engine room program, our high level accountability and coaching program for auto repair shop owners, we invite one of our engine room businesses that has implemented our coaching and has gone on to create success. We invite them to come and speak with our other engine roomers, and we chat to them about their journey, what things were like before, what things are like now, and what the key pieces of advice are for our other engine roomers. And yesterday we had one of these hot seats. And there was a comment made in the hot seat that really has prompted this live today. And it's all around growth and how we sustain it so that the business doesn't fall into chaos. Now, some of you start out in business and because of your great workmanship, you might be in a great location, word spreads quickly, and all of a sudden you've got more work than you know what to do with. You quickly hire people, if you're lucky, and you get so busy just doing the ultimate function of the business, which is to repair cars and service cars and get them out, that everything else on the operational side of the business gets neglected, and we start to grow out of control. The other half of you start business and it's a real struggle in a different way because you really struggle to get to capacity and cash flow is really tight. You might find it difficult to find team members to come in and support you. Either way, we have a struggle on our hands. So we need to be really mindful of these three key things that you want to put in place so that your growth is controlled, it doesn't grow out of control, and that you have consistency with growth. So that you're not languishing in those really hard startup years any longer than you need to be, and you have that consistent growth happening. So the first step is that you must have your eye on spending. And the comment that was made yesterday was, I used to be like, look at all this money in the bank, let's spend it on new stuff for the business. Now, that's great that you're investing in the business and in capital. That would probably represent half of the people that would sit in that category that like to spend. The other half would be spenders who withdraw the money from the business and go and buy great toys that they think would make them look like great business owners to everybody else. Either way, this spending without actually understanding how vital that money is to the business and that it be kept in there, can basically set the business on a path of financial ruin. So what's the most important concept here? Well, really early, you've got to get yourself a financial education. And we know that, we've said it time and time again, that when you do your technician's apprenticeship, 99% of the time, you don't get any business training with that. So how do you go about getting a financial education? Well, you might have a family friend or family member or other older business mentor that is around you that is prepared to teach you, and that's great. However, sometimes you're limited to their knowledge. So where else can you look? Well, of course, you've got somebody like us, a coach who actually teaches financial literacy. Other places that you can get it is by going and doing certain courses at your local technical college. You could go and do a business degree, although, I went to uni and did that, and I don't know that I came out that much more financially literate than when I went in. They were skills I learned later on. But what you need to do if you don't have any of those options or you don't think that they're available to you at the moment is that you need to absorb research, do as much as you can to know as much as you can about the way your business uses money. When our clients come into the engine room, within the first 90 days, we help them implement a whole new finance structure, because usually whatever they've been doing hasn't been working for them. And we know what does work. So we work really fast to implement that so that we can change the way money flows through the business. But if you see piles of money sitting in your bank account, that is not your signal to withdraw that money and go and spend it. Your business has expenses that you need to prepare for the future, like tax and GST and superannuation for your employees. And if you're not already taking care of those things every week, then that pile of money that sits in the bank is likely to be required for some of that. So that's the number one reason why we shouldn't withdraw it without knowing what we're doing. And if you've got no eyes on your financials at all, you are likely robbing from the future if you decide to go and invest in things without seeing if you can actually afford it. So we don't want to do that. That's our first key. The second key to sustainable and consistent growth is to working with a success team. So I talk about this in my book. I talk about this in our 8-week program, and of course, all the time in the engine room. I've spoken to you guys about it before. The success team is your accountant, your financial planner, your bookkeeper, your business coach, and any other financial, consultant that you might be working with in some capacity. Get them on board, because you should be strategizing constantly, both for the business and for you personally, so that you are always aware of what's happening as money flows through the business and what needs to be allocated where, but also looking ahead. So we have a program above our engine room program called Workshop Warriors, and this is for our multi-7-figure business owners. And in this program, we are dedicated to creating wealth, helping our business owners create wealth outside of their business. So our business is our vehicle to produce wealth. What you need to be thinking about is what strategies you will use beyond your time as a workshop owner. So you need to be talking about those things with your success team as well. So your accountant and your coach are your first two ports of call. Now, if your accountant isn't one of those ones who's able to advise you on this stuff, then you need another accountant, okay? Accountants are not just for tax. If yours is just for tax and lodging your quarterly GST or BAS, your quarterly taxes, then get another one. I say this until I'm blue in the face. I say it so often, but that is not the accountant for you. You need someone that is going to help you decide if you can afford a new technician now, or when you should hire a new technician or a service advisor, or when it's time to buy that new wheel alignment machine and hoists. Whether you can finance a move to another location, whether it's time to be a multi-site location. All of those things need to be spoken about with your accountant and with the other members of your success team. When we're having those conversations all the time, even though they might be uncomfortable, then we've got a much better chance of having sustainable growth that is consistent over time. So we've got our spending habits, we've got our workshop success team, and the third one, of course, it always comes up, is systems. So when you're early in the business, the sooner you can start to put systems into your business, documented ways of doing things, the easier it is to grow your business without chaos. Now, our hot seat guests yesterday in the engine room, they said that they grew so fast that they're now in the position where they're wrapping the systems around that growth. And while that can be done, and they are doing it very well, it's far easier for you to put systems in place when you're a smaller, younger business than it is to do it later on. So systemization, recording procedures, recording the way things are done. It's it's time consuming, right? Which is why most people don't do it. So if you want to be in that 1% of auto repair shop owners that does take the time to systemize your business, you'll be rewarded in the event of a sale or when you want to sell a share of the business, because businesses that have documented systems are worth more than those that do not. So take the time, even if it's only one a week. We recommend to our engine roomers, document one system per week. It can be in written form. It can be in screen capture form. It can be a verbal dictation into your iPhone and then have it transcribed. Just get them done. That is the key. Once you've got those in place, it's easier to train team, less phone calls for you when you want to be away from the workshop. So there's our 3 keys to sustainable and consistent growth. If you haven't yet subscribed to the Workshop Whisperer YouTube channel, make sure you jump over to YouTube and subscribe. We've got great videos on there all the time. And if you're on YouTube watching this right now, make sure you come and join us in our free Facebook group, Your Profitable Auto Repair Shop. Have a great day, guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you were here live or whether you watch the replay.